Hey, what's happening, guys? The evil empire has been crushed. The patriots have lost. All is right with the world. And in celebration of that, it's teardown time. Who doesn't like to take apart a piece of neat electronic equipment and see what it does, right? So, for today's teardown, I present the MFJ Versa Tuner II. This is the 941D model. And don't worry, we're not turning into a ham radio channel, but this is some interesting electronics here. So let me try and make things a little bit more clear for those of you who aren't into the ham radio stuff, but are into the electronics of it. And the electronics of it are actually pretty cool. Okay, so here's your radio, right? And then here is your antenna. We'll have a nice horizontal dipole antenna. And then our cable runs to the radio. Pretty simple. Electromagnetic waves course through the air. The antenna picks them up, transfers them to the radio where they are translated into audio. Or the other way around, the radio takes the audio, transmits it into electromagnetic waves that shoot out from the antenna. And it is most efficient when the impedance of the radio matches the impedance of the antenna. If they don't match, then you're going to lose power when you're transmitting, and the radio is not going to be as sensitive when you are receiving. So what you do, unless you have a perfectly matched antenna, is you put an antenna matching device in between the two. And there are basically, well, there are a number of types, but the two simplest ones are called the pi network and the T network. We'll start with a pi network. And what you have is an inductor and two capacitors. Now, to make this efficient, we use variable inductor, variable capacitors. So we have our radio on one end, we have our antenna on the other end, and this device allows us to match the impedance. What is impedance? Impedance is the AC version of resistance. That's simple, measured in ohms, just like resistance. Now that's the pi network. Oh, and it's called the pi network because it resembles the pi symbol, that's all. The second type is the T network, which has our capacitors like this and our inductor like this. Then we have our radio and our antenna. And of course, again, for maximum efficiency, they're all variable. So you can see here the two main types. There's also an L type, and then there are various fixed types, but they all basically do the same job. The reason we want to match our impedance is not only for maximum efficiency and to prevent power loss as well. It is. And the reason for that is what happens to power losses in an electric circuit. Where does power go? It goes to heat. And what is heat? Heat is the arch enemy of electronics. So we want to eliminate that. Use a device like this. Let's take a look inside and see what it looks like. 4 screws holding the top on, I believe. This is the last one. And once it comes out, the top should come off. You know, the funny thing is, I've spent my entire adult career avoiding RF stuff. Whenever somebody would ask me, hey, could you help me out with this? I'd be like, oh, you know, I'm not an RF guy. And the reason for that is weird things tend to happen at high frequencies. So I've just avoided them as best as I could. All right. So now we're down into the guts of her. And I'm going to turn it around here so we can look inside just a little better. And you're going to be amazed, I think, at how incredibly simple this really is. So let's start in the back here. This is where the transmitter connects. And you can see it goes right down here to a little choke. Then it looks like we've got a high-pass filter and a couple diodes. Then over here, we have one of our antenna connections, and it has what's called a balun, a balanced to unbalanced transformer. Okay, but here is the meat of it. Coax 1, coax 2, and then that's a bypass. But what do we have going on here? Well, we have our two capacitors, and then we have this inductor coil. And that is some pretty nice coil. But when you look at this thing, what's it scream to you? Because to me it screams El Cheapo. Now here we have our variable capacitors, and you can see them. You can see them moving there. And then we have our inductor switch. And look at the way they've done this. They've simply tapped off different rows of the coil for the different sections of the inductor switch. And the way you use this is you start by putting the two capacitors at 3.5, which is the midpoint of their capacitance range. And then you start turning your inductor selector as you swap through the different ranges of inductance until you hear a static increase, which means you're very close. And then you adjust the transmitter a little bit and the antenna a little bit. I was backwards. Until you get a low SWR reading. SWR is, of course, the standing wave ratio, and that is basically reflected power. So again, this thing is just really super simple. Here is our switch, and all it does is select which of the antenna inputs that we're using, and it passes them through to the capacitor, the inductor, and the capacitor. So when we see all of that, I believe what we are looking at here is the pi network. No, I'm sorry. I'm completely wrong. It is the T network, because we are going first to the capacitor, then the inductor. There you go. So that's the T network. Now, the only other bit of circuitry on here is the SWR and power meter, and it's just a directional watt meter. There's nothing exciting there. And these things sell for large amounts of money. Now, this is an older model, so, you know, I got this used off of eBay for like $40. But newer ones are incredibly expensive, and the latest ones are automatic antenna tuners, so you don't have to fiddle with these knobs yourself. You just press a button that says tune, and it uses relays to switch between a bunch of different inductor and capacitors until it finds the lowest impedance for your system. Yeah, so there you have it, the antenna tuner. Again, in this case, the T-network type of antenna tuner. Basically an impedance matching device. Pretty simple. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Huge thanks to all my patrons for supporting this channel and keeping it alive. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, because YouTube sure as hell ain't helping us out. That's it. I'm out. Peace.